brothers are going to be in here going against the Rock and Roll Express. What an opener for championship wrestling. Right. Austin Idol will be here in a single match a little bit later on. We will have the tag team of Bill Dundee and Bobby Eaton. Then we'll have the first of a couple of six-man tag team matches. Let me just tell you some of the folks that are going to be involved in those. Dennis Condrey, the Prince of Darkness, and Lucifer. One of those matches. And then the other one will have Terry Taylor, Bobby Fulton, and Koko Ware.
That will be no bad tag team, to say the very least. In addition to that, Dave, we got some great videotape action from some of the matches around I think the folks are going to enjoy. Let's try to get to it. We'll take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Is it really necessary? Start our day off with Jimmy Hart. Bruise Brothers coming in. Great opener. Rock and Roll Express will be along here in just a moment as Pork Chop Cash and the Dream Machine, accompanied by the family president, Jimmy Hart, get ready to meet a really tough, young, aggressive team in the Rock and Roll Express. Hey, Jim, is that a promise? I know what happened last week. Well, that's all America expressing its opinion, Jimmy. Here they are, the Rock and Roll Express. Rick Morton, Robert Gibson. Like how they're stirring the crowd up. Send the official announcements now, David.
This is going to be a match worked for 15-minute time limit. Total weight of 452 pounds from the Windy City. With the president of the First Family, Jimmy Hart. The Bruise Brothers, and going against them at a total weight of 437 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, and Pensacola, Florida, Rick Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun is the referee.
All right, it's going to be the Dream starting out, and we're ready to go against Rick Morton, and here we go, off and running, David.
Morton against Dream Machine as we get things underway here. Oh, Rick Morton through the air, presses Dream down to the mat. Robert Gibson in there to try to help him out to keep Pork Chop out of the action, but the Dream Machine able to break out of it before a 3 count. Rick Morton reverses him into the rope. A backdrop coming off of there. Dream Machine on his feet. Rick Morton covers 1. Pork Chop drops. Rick Morton moves. Morton with a drop kick on Pork Chop. Pork Chop back out. Rick misses the drop kick. Dream Machine hangs onto the rope. Rick hit right on his head when he missed the drop kick. Dream with a clothesline. Puts him down. Tags. Pork Chop Cash.
Like I've said before, those flashy outfits the Rock and Roll Express wear don't mean anything, baby. Look at them, flat on their back.
Rick Morton picked up by Pork Chop Cash.
See, leave the people behind them. The family doesn't need anybody, baby. We don't need anybody behind us. That's right. Yell, people. Go ahead.
Morton rammed into Dream Machine's knee over in the corner. Minute 15 gone. Rick Morton fired into the ropes. Upper arm by the Dream Machine coming off of there. Dream Machine out of the corner. Drops down.
Robert Gibson doesn't want in, does he? Look at him. What are you doing, Robert? Writing a song?
Pork Chop in for the Bruise Brothers. Rick Morton. Oh, off the rope. Foot to the midsection. There's Jimmy Hart down there. Tag made by the Bruise Brothers.
What do you know? The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders over there. Hit him hard. Go, hit him hard. See, it doesn't do anything, kids. Those pimply-faced fat girls, I hate them.
Pork Chop Cash drops down with a knee. Right on the head. Rick Morton. Really being worked on by the Bruise Brothers here. All started when Rick missed a drop kick. He had them both going, but they missed that drop kick, and they've been able to turn it around on him.
Pork Chop makes the tag. Dream Machine coming back in. Rick off the ropes, up in the air. Dream Machine slams him. And off the middle rope. Rick Martin moves out of the way. Dream Machine. It's nothing but the mat. Martin over to the corner, and here comes Robert Gibson. Robert been watching all this for the corner. Goes after the Dream Machine. Both Bruise brothers in there. Robert Gibson goes after Pork Chop now. Rick Morton in to help him out. Make it 2 against 2. Rock and Roll Express. Bruise brothers with the reversal. Rock and roll. Down to the mat they go. 1. Jimmy Hart jumps in. That's going to be disqualification right there. Rock and Roll Express with a teamwork had both the Bruise brothers' shoulders down to the mat. The referee started the count. Jimmy Hart jumped in there and got him disqualified. Look out. Over the top rope goes Rick Morton. Through the ropes comes Pork Chop Gag. Robert Gibson now jumped by Hart and the Dream Machine up in the ring. Here comes some help. Jim Jameison, Ken Raper, and Robert Reed in to try to help clear out the ring. Now we got a ring full. There's Ken Raper over the top rope. Jimmy Hart running around in there. Robert Reed grabs him, but Dream Machine grabs Reed. Jameison thrown out. Eddie Marlin, promoter Eddie Marlin, talking to Hart, trying to tell him to get those guys out of here. Whoa, Dream Machine throws Robert Reed over the top rope. Robert Gibson fires Dream Machine into the ropes. Rick Morton throws Pork Chop out of there. Hart calling him out. Disqualification, Rock and Roll Winson. That's what the referee has ruled.
What happened to the Moondogs?
Oh, I'll tell you one thing, Eddie. I wish you could have caught it.
They interfered in our match. Jimmy Hart, you was in the ring. You should have learned your lesson.
Wait a minute before we go any more. Let's give the people who did not see it an opportunity. Now, don't start anything else here while we got this tape on. I want everybody to take a look at this this situation that Eddie Marlin's talking about. Dundee on the largest of the Moondog. Giant Rebel over on the smaller of the Moondogs. He's bleeding from head to toe. Dundee after Hart. And the referee is pounded down by Dennis Condrey. Here comes promoter Eddie Marlin. He's down telling Hart, you better get your men stopped in there, as one of them grabs the bell, slams Dundee, and then the Giant Rebel. Promoter Eddie Marlin just got whaled by the smaller Moondog with one of the big bones that they carry. Oh, man. Hart trying now to get them all out of there. He knows he's in a lot of trouble as it is. Well, there is precisely what promoter Eddie Marlin was talking about and trying to incite a riot down there.
Let me just tell you something, Ray. You'll do anything to get on TV. You jumped in the front of that bone. That's exactly what you did, Eddie Marlin.
Same thing happened there that happened here. All your men was in the ring, and I come up there to get them out of the ring, and one of the Moondogs hit me. So from now on, we're not going to put up with it. We're going to hit them where it hurts, son. We're going to hit them in the pocketbook. The Moondog, I suspended for 30 days. That's in that pocket.
You think you're so big? I'd like to hit you where it hurts. I'd like to pull that toupee off your hair and knock you out, baby. That's what I'd like to do. But no, you know why I won't do it? Because I know you. Let's suspend me. No, you. That's right. That's exactly what. You push your weight around, man. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of everybody around here. From now on, there's going to be some changes, and I promise you, if you don't watch that, I will knock your lights out, old man. I promise you that. If it wasn't for his heart, I swear to God.
We got the word. 30 days suspension on the Moondog. Let's take a break. Tell you what, the bell just sounded, but let me tell you that does not even begin to give a glimmer of the action that has taken place already. Elbow, and he's back into the rope. Comes up on the ring apron with his arms wrapped up by Austin Idol. Uh-oh. Idol had moved the referee out of the way, turned around to re-attack Stan Hansen. Hansen reached out with that big foot, kicked Idol, knocked referee Paul Morton down. That lariat he talks about. Clotheslined him with that big left arm of his. Idol out on the concrete. And at the count of 6, Paul Morton, who really didn't know what happened, he gets to the 10 count, and that's going to be it. Oh. Boy, I'll tell you, that Hansen is something. Let's right now call in the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. I know that he's certainly in the happiest man in the world, but he's a very determined competitor.
You know, I don't mind, Lance. I don't mind fighting anybody anytime, anywhere. And I'm going to admit right here in front of anybody, there ain't a man alive that can't be beaten. Now, I was strolling down that Mid-South Coliseum, darling. I was looking for one thing. I was looking for a tough fight, and I was ready for it. But I was not expecting to be Pearl Harbored from behind. Exactly. Now, that may sound like an excuse. If it does, then that's my excuse. And I got the stitches right here to prove it. Now, I want Stan Hudson to know one thing. There's apparently 2 things we got in common. That neither one of us mind kicking anybody's can. And there's another thing you and I have in common, Hanson, that we both got big mouths. And I don't mind telling anybody that I got a big, fat mouth. Now, we got one thing we're going to prove, and we got one point to settle, Jackson. Either you're going to shut me up, or I'm going to shut you up. And I'm telling you right now, Jack, and this ain't no Gaga, and this ain't no Jack. I don't care if there's 10 people. I don't care if there's 10,000 people. I want you to know one thing. You ain't never seen what you're about ready to see, darling. And ain't nobody out here seeing Austin Idol when I want to reach right in my guts. When I want to reach right in and grab the flesh out of my guts and pull the devil out. Because I'm going to yank that devil out of my guts and let it spill right out of my mouth. And I'm going to take it on you, you creep. I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life. I'm going to eat you alive, Jack. I'm going to snort you up one nostril and spit you out the other.
Well, there's no doubt about it, and you can understand why, having lost his international heavyweight title to Stan Hansen.
The Maurader, who is the opponent for Austin Idol, jumped him as he climbed through the ropes. Here comes the referee. Ring the bell, and we're running, Dave.
Yeah, the Maurader, I guess, saw that Hansen had jumped Austin Idol in a match. and had some success, so he was going to try it too. I think he made a mistake.
We've seen it many times before when somebody has lost a match that was pretty important to them. They come out and they take the vengeance out on someone else, and this is the case here. Stan Hansen, I think it's some of the wrestling fans know, took the international heavyweight title. There's the Las Vegas leg lock. And it looks like the Idol has got it going. He gives it up. And Austin Idol with that Las Vegas leg lock has got the masked Maurader wishing not only that he hadn't jumped him when he came through the rope, but that he had never been in the ring with him today.
That's right. Time on it officially 42 seconds. Referee gets Idol back, and Maurader.
The Idol not wanting to let loose of it, and he's got remembrances of Stan Hansen.
Ain't nobody gonna stop me, Jackson. I don't care if it's Stan Hansen. I don't care what's happening to the butcher. Ain't nobody gonna stop me.
The Idol, at least certainly proving a point to the masked Maurader, and I'm sure that he'll have the same thing in mind the very next time that they get in. He gets in the ring with Stan Hansen, who is currently the international heavyweight champion. 42 seconds. The Idol wins it. We've got more action. Be back to it in a moment.
Their dead level best to get it, and every opportunity they have. The last match that they had, as a matter of fact, Hart and the Assassin said, "This is it. This is the last one." A match that took place in Memphis, Tennessee. Let's take a look at this. CWA World Tag Titles at stake now as the Big Assassins weighing in at 600 pounds, going against the fleet and well-conditioned fabulous ones, Stan and Steve. Stan Lane, Steve Kern. Beautiful move by Stanley. Goes right after that arm. Rolls the big guy up. Let me tell you, just because they're outweighed by a considerable amount does not mean for a moment that they're not fully capable of taking care of the kind of weight, just like that beautiful toss from Stan Lane. Stan Lane pops him back down on the canvas, and he goes for a pin. I don't believe he'll get it with the other assassin bounding through there to put a foot in the back. Assassin. Whoa! The other one from outside the ropes jumped in there. Look at Steve. Throws the referee down. Stan still holding. Hart jumps into the ring. What is all of this? The referee telling him to get out. Steve Kern grabs Hart. Assassin dives on Stan from the rope, driving him down. Now Kern is out, Hart is out. We got a 3 count, and the Assassins will end up getting the CWA World title back. Yeah, the belts going to the Assassins, and we said that particular match was the last of the matches, according to Jimmy Hart and the Assassins. That was the last shot that the fabulous ones would have at the CWA World Tag title.
You know, you're right, man, part way. You know, that was the last shot. Probably we fought them 10 or 15 times already, and every time we get our little hand raised in the middle there. You know, they come out and they say, my Assassins are fat, overweight, out of shape. Well, it's really funny. If they're that fat and overweight and out of shape, how come we're still the World Tag Team Champions? Tell me why, baby. Why? Tell me, huh?
Well, maybe it's because Jimmy Hart is sitting in the chair out here, and he has a little something to do with it.
See, that's why you're wearing glasses and I don't wear glasses, because you see what you want to see. But let me tell you what happened, and I'll tell you the reason why we are giving those punks another shot at the belts. You know, I was sitting at home this week, and once again, I pulled out Jimmy Hart's little red phone that I bring out from time to time, and Eddie Marlin called me on the phone. And Eddie Marlin, he said, Jimmy, listen, please, can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, sure, go ahead, Eddie. And he said, listen, man. He said, the Fabulous Ones are calling. They're begging. They're pleading. They said, please, can you talk Jimmy Hart into just one more shot? Just one more. That's all they wanted, right? And I said, well, Eddie, I'll tell you what. Maybe I will consider. I'm not such a bad guy after all. I'll tell you what I'll do, though, Eddie. Why don't you get me a little list of maybe some things they might like to put up? So Eddie Marlin did, you know. He sent me a little list, and part of the list was a few things like they said, well, look, how about your supply of the bleach that they use on their hair? And I said, no, we don't want no bleach, because I don't believe in people that bleach their hair. And he said, well, look, what about some top hats and canes? And I said, no, that's ridiculous, because Jimmy Hart wears top hats and canes. Y'all have been imitating me, not me, y'all. And he said, well, what about those fancy coats? I said, once again, man, the New York Dolls that I brought in here wore those coats, so what would I want those cheap coats for? And then he said, well, look, last but not least, he gave me a little list that had Stan Lane's red Corvette or blue or pink or whatever it is. And I said, a Corvette. Now, what in the world am I going to do with a Corvette? I don't care about a Corvette. And he said, well, that's all I have to offer. It's just this little Corvette. And I said, well, first of all, is it paid for? Does it have gas in it? Has it got an engine in it? And he said, yes, it has it all. So Eddie Marlin, he brought me the title to the Corvette, you know. And so like I said before, and I got to thinking about it, and I said, well, look, maybe I will go for the Corvette, and I'll tell you why. Because I'd like to take a hammer down there at ringside, and I'd like to bust it to 1,000,000 pieces after we win it, and then all those pimply-faced, fat little girls over there can go and pick some of the pieces up and put them in your pocket. But most of all, I want to prove how bogus these guys are, man, because without that little Corvette, then Stan Lane and Steve Kern won't have anything to ride around in, will they? Shut up, I don't want to hear Hart as a wimp. Now, you see, that's the reason why these people are getting me upset right here. That's, you know, I'm not going to stand here and be abused. I'm Hart. I don't come out here crying every week. Shut up!
Corvette
Man.
will be at stake going against.
His Corvette will be at stake. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to stand here and take abuse from these idiots over here. That's right. The Corvette will be stake, and this will be the last time you get a title shot, and I promise you that.
The CWA World Title.
I tell you what, I'm so confident, I won't even go to ringside during that match. I will not go to ringside during that match. That's how confident I am in my men that we will win those trophies, baby. How do you like that?
I'm glad to hear it.
Bank on it. You want to prove it down there?
Okay, we'll take a look at it. Stan's putting the Corvette up. Nobody has to put anything else up. We just be sure they're there with a title.
I don't want to hear it.
Fabulous Ones had something to say about the match coming up. Let's take a listen to what they said.
You know, there comes a point in everyone's life where it's time to put up or shut up, and I feel that point has come right now for the Fabulous Ones. You see, we've stepped in the ring 3 times against Jimmy Hart's Assassins, and all 3 times they've had their hands raised in victory. And that's not because I don't think Steve and I could defeat them. I really honestly believe we could at any given point, but we haven't done it yet. And now Jimmy Hart refuses to put the titles on the line anymore against us, and I can't really blame him. You see, they've got nothing to gain and everything to lose. Well, Hart, you've got plenty to gain right now, because this Corvette that we're sitting on belongs to me. And it looks exactly the way it did 16 years ago when it rolled off the showroom floor. Now, I honestly don't believe those big fat guys could even get their rear ends in this car, but I know that you would like nothing better than to have this car in your possession. So it's going to be a title versus title match, Jimmy Hart. My title to this car against your world championship titles. And we're coming with everything we've got.
You know, there's 2 sides to this story, too. Because I don't have anything up. I'm just going to be Stan's partner that night. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on me, because if I drop that fall, what do you think's going to happen to the Fabulous Ones as friends? So, Stan, all I can say is when we step into the ring, we're going to wind it up, crank it out, and blow them loose.
Fabulous Ones, and we're about ready to go with action in the ring right now. And jumping up there, Pat Hutchinson and the Pink Panther. They'll be going against the Superstar and Bobby Eaton. David?
Match 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing at a total of 409 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Pat Hutchinson, and from parts unknown, the Pink Panther. Going against them, total weight 432 pounds from Huntsville, Alabama, Bobby Eaton. And from Australia, Bill Dundee. This match, 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun is the referee.
Okay, Pat and the Panther and Bill and Bobby ready to go. Bell time, and here we go with Bill Dundee coming out of the corner. Bill, who is kind of in a changing metamorphosis period here, he's trying to prove a point, I think, and working very hard at it. I'll have to be honest about that, Dave.
He fired the Pink Panther into the rope. Bobby Eaton is there, dumps him over the back. Now Bobby with the Panther in the air. Body slam. Hutchinson. Oh, tried to put Eaton into the rope, but Bobby reversed him and backdropped him. Hutchinson into the double upper arm. Bobby Eaton heads for the corner. Bill Dundee stays in there. Dundee with a forearm as Hutchinson comes off the rope. Hutchinson trying to hang on to the rope. Referee made Bill Dundee break that. Hutchinson on his feet. Over to the corner, the tag on the Pink Panther. Pink Panther. Dropped to the mat as Bill Dundee got around behind him. Shoulders down, one. Count of one altogether. Panther into the rope. Dundee with good follow-up. Came in there with a knee to the midsection just as the Panther was coming off the rope. Dundee over to the corner and the tag on Eaton. Both of them send the Panther flying. And with the double arms, it comes off of there. They knock him to the mat. Big Panther, victim of the body slam. Bobby Eaton drops with the upper arm. Goes back for a little extra spring and down with the knee. Bill Dundee follows with the arm. Greg Calhoun trying to get Dundee back to the corner. That's where he is. Eaton. Just lifted the Panther right off that mat. He was about a foot and a half in the air. Eaton sets him up. Dundee goes for the press. 1, 2, and 3. 2 minutes, 35 seconds, 2:35. The win for Dundee and Bobby Eaton.
Well, regardless of what you think of Billy right at the moment, there's no question he's still got it. And he's wrestling there today with a guy that has been known as, when he was in the first family, as one of the best finishers in professional wrestling. When he gets you hurt, he'll do it to you. That time, he hurt him and turned it over to Billy, and Billy with that flying press got it 1, 2, 3. What was the time again, Dave?
2 minutes, 35 seconds.
2:35. We got action, and we'll be getting back to it right after we take time out.
Share with you some action that took place with the King and Jesse the Body Ventura for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. A fist. He rattled him. The Lawler fans have seen Jerry in trouble before, and they know that tremendous ability to make a comeback that Lawler has, and that's what they're waiting for. Hart is absolutely in ecstasy. Loving every minute of this, that Lawler is getting slammed around. Oh, that's what the crowd's been waiting for. Jerry's shaking it off a little. And from the corner, Lawler rips that strap down. Coming after Ventura. You want some right hands? Have a dozen or so. The big man finally goes goes down in the corner. And a reversal back into the corner, but he hits the referee going in. Jesse with a knee right into the turnbuckle. And Lawler slips back to the rope. Referee Jerry Calhoun's down. Lawler nails him with that big right. Calhoun down, and Lawler trying to help him up. But meanwhile, with that cane of Jimmy Hart's, Ventura slams Lawler with it. Pile drives him down. Calhoun now is up, but not counting, as Ventura drops on him, covers him. Got a 1, 2, 3, and a new Southern heavyweight champion. Yeah, you see Jimmy Hart right in there. He was tickled to death about Jesse the Body Ventura coming out with the Southern heavyweight title. So right now, let's bring a man in here that has more than just personal interest in it. The King, who was in there and faced Jesse.
Jerry, yeah. Hart may be tickled to death, but he's not going to be tickled too long. You better laugh all you can between now and Monday night, Hart, because I promise you, brother, you're not going to be laughing Monday night. Neither you nor that big muscle-bound geek Jesse Ventura. Neither one of you are going to be able to smile Monday night, I can promise you that.
Jerry, before we get into it, I wish you would stand here just a second and watch, and let's take a listen to see what the Body had to say.
Shockwaves right through the championship wrestling world when coming out of San Diego, California, Jesse the Body Ventura came to the Mid-South Coliseum in one of the major upsets and defeated Jerry the King Lawler to wear the AWA Southern Heavyweight title. Jesse Ventura.
Wait a minute, little man. The first thing I want to talk to you about is upset. Upset.
Oh,
Let me tell you something. I've wrestled all through the AWA, Chicago, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, St. Paul, San Francisco. I've been in the WWF, New York, Madison Square Garden, and all I heard about everywhere I went was how big and how bad one Mr. Jerry Lawler was. You notice I use that term, was. You know, everywhere I go, and then I hear about Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee, home of the rednecks. That's where the word is in California. All they got here is redneck stump jumpers. So I fly into Memphis, Tennessee, make my first appearance here ever in time. And what happens? I whip Mr. Lawler. Jerry Lawler, you found out I'm a little badder dude than Andy Kaufman, aren't I? I know you wanted to wrestle Henny Youngman, but instead you got me. Now, Mr. Jerry the King Lawler. You know what? Just thinking on it right now, you know what I want next? I done got the man's title from him. Now I want his crown.
Well,
he looks so weird when he walks in the ring. He looks like he eats margarine every day with the crown that he wears on his head. And, you know, speaking of heads, where'd you get that pretty-looking locks of yours? Is that a hairpiece?
No, it is
I don't
not.
dig that tie either. Moon Unit
All right.
Zappa or whatever's on there. Let me tell you people, Memphis, Tennessee, I am your new leader. I am the new king of the South, whether you like it or not. Memphis, Tennessee, home of Memphis State University, hot dog basketball team and all such. Let me tell you something, Memphis. UCLA whips you. I whipped Jerry the King Lawler. It was so simple and so easy, I barely broke sweat.
Well, there's no question about it that you are the title holder, and of course that is the possession, and that is the thing that the folks will be looking to see whether you're going to be able to keep it now that you've gotten it right here.
Let me ask you something, my man. Check around there and check out the lateral deltoid. You ever see anything so awesome in your life? Look at the size, 21.5-inch guns right there. Oh, look at this, all you Southern women. Let me talk to you about something else, too. You know, the people, they wonder, what does Jesse the Body do? Well, I'll tell you what I do. In further episodes, I'll show you some of my girlfriends. None other than the Miss Erica Kane from All My Children, Opal Gardner. I run with REO Speedwagon. I'm the personal bodyguard of the Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, the true king. of rock and roll.
Well, you've heard
What's
it.
the matter with you?
It's time
Am
to
I
go.
boring you? It's time to go, huh?
Jesse the Body Ventura, the new Southern heavyweight champion.
You got lousy cologne on,
Okay,
too.
thank you.
You change your style
All
next
right.
time you address with me, Jack.
I got to talk you to death. Listen, Jerry, one thing that I didn't say a moment ago when I was going over the entire card, Southern heavyweight title is at stake. But this is a no disqualification bout. So
That's
that
exactly
changes the complexion of it.
You see, I am just a little upset. Not only the fact that losing that Southern title after I had fought through a tournament and so hard to win it back. Sure, I'm upset about that, but I'm even more upset because I lost at the hands of this geek here using a pile driver, which I am known nationwide for using the pile driver. Well, this week, it's no disqualification, brother. So anything goes. Now, you can talk about San Francisco, or you can talk about San Diego or Chicago or Minneapolis all you want. But let me tell you something, Jesse Ventura. You're in Memphis, Tennessee, my backyard, brother, and no disqualification. That's my kind of match. And when I get you in that ring down there Monday night, I'm going to drop you on your stinking fat head so many times that you're going to not talk about Andy Kaufman. You're going to maybe visit the same room that he was in the hospital. I promise you that, Jesse Ventura.
Whoa! Well, you hear the king. Believe he wants a little piece of that body of Jesse Ventura's, and we'll be seeing it all happening Monday night. Time out now. We're going to be back with action with Dennis Condrey, the Prince of Darkness, and Lucifer on one side of a six-man tag in just a moment.
Right, two six-man matches. This one, the first one, with a total weight of 640 pounds. Over on the right-hand side of the screen, they are down just outside the ring. Introduce them from the floor. From Memphis, Tennessee, Robert Reed. Also from Memphis, Ken Raper and Jim Jameison. Going against them, the total weight on the left side is 745 pounds, with Jimmy Hart, the president of the First Family, and Vice President Jimmy Cornette. From Florida, Dennis Condrey, and from parts unknown, the Prince of Darkness and Lucifer. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Well, I won't put Condrey in the same class. Kind of two unusual participants on this side of the ring. Bell time, here we go.
A couple of them wrestling under the mask there, the Prince of Darkness and Lucifer.
Yeah. Okay, Dennis Condrey off and running as Ken Raper starts it out. Robert Reed and Jim Jameison, the other two partners on the other side of the ring. Condrey wheels him around, makes a tag on Lucifer, and...
Oh, shut up, Lance. They got this thing well in hand. We thought we'd come over and visit for a little.
Why don't you go use those chairs that they put out there for you, Jimmy Cornette?
The community does not sit in a miserable folding chair that's that dirty. Let me tell you something. Jimmy told me there's rumors going around that Koko and Dutch Mantel want some of the grapplers. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, you know why? Because they're always talking about wanting some of the grapplers when the grapplers aren't around, you'll notice, because Koko and Dutch Mantel are so chicken, every time they see Colonel Sanders coming, they cross the street. Do you realize that? And there ain't no way on God's green earth that they will ever take those tag team titles away from the grapplers. I can promise you that. If you ever see it, you're going to be dreaming. Right, baby. They're a joke, and not even a funny one at that. Come on, Poo-Poo, let's go, baby. Come on, darling.
Oh, you try, Dave. I didn't do shit.
No. I tell you. Well, at least they're gone for the moment. Cornette and Hart over by the ring. The team of Robert Reed, Ken Raper, and Jim Jameison, meanwhile, taking a beating at the hands of Lucifer, Prince of Darkness, and Dennis Condrey. Robert Reed had a reverse neck breaker put on him that I thought for a moment there might end it for him, but the action continues as it's Condrey against Jameison.
Denny, big slam, 2 in a row, Dave. Boy, I'll tell you what, he is a big son of a gun and can flat wrestle. There's just no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about it. Is exactly right.
His attitude's a little out of place, but...
Yeah. Well, one of the toughest wrestlers you will find anywhere in the world, and Dennis Condrey. That's the Prince of Darkness in. Uses that headbutt a lot.
goes Jameison.
Jameson's getting better. It took him 5 seconds to get knocked down that time.
Dennis out of the corner once again as he really hit him with a clothesline. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be it.
How about time on that one, David? Time on it was 2 minutes, 43 seconds, 2:43. Not much contest as the win goes to Dennis Condrey, the Prince of Darkness.
Quick exchange. They come in working on the left arm of Koko. Dots across again. Koko down on the canvas, and the grappler working on that arm again. Continues to drop. The knee drops, and Koko Ware in trouble. Which is unfortunate for Koko. Here comes the Dutchman. Not afraid to bend any rules, and he came in and planted a fist right to the jaw of the grappler. First time that I've had the opportunity to see Dutch in action with the grappler in a match, and officially so far he's not in. In the corner again, Dutch Mantel going after. Hey, Koko caught him there. Beauty, big knee lift. Grappler comes in, pulling the tights of Koko Ware. Koko over near the corner, but Dutch Mantel on the other side with the grappler. Hey, Koko moves. Grappler gets his partner roll over to the corner, and this is what Dutch has been waiting for, the tag, and here comes the Dutchman. Knee to the back. Here comes Koko. We got them all 4 in. Dutch Mantel sunset flip. Could be. No, the grappler uses that boot that they say that is loaded. Count of 3.
Now, last Monday night in Memphis, Tennessee, we had the match won, but we didn't take it. And the reason we didn't take it is because they beat me at my own game. And I'd rather somebody pin me right in the middle of the ring than beat me in my own game. Now, I got a good partner on my side, Koko Ware. He's a good man. I got a lot of faith in his ability, and I'm sure he's got a lot of faith in mine. Now, we're going to come back one more time, grapplers, and we're going to take those belts from you, because the reason we're going to take it is because it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a back alley brawl, because I'm going to come straight to you guys. I'm not going to go left. I'm not going to go right. I'm coming straight dead center right for you two guys. The shortest distance between any 2 points is a straight line, and that's exactly the way I'm coming. Now, grapplers, I want you to get ready, and I want you to be forewarned that we're going to have a fight, not a wrestling match. And don't come in there and think it's going to be an easy match, because it's not. And you know, the grapplers, you got a saying. You've said this, I bet, at least 100 times. When you talk about great wrestlers, you don't call them great wrestlers. You call them the grapplers. We're going to have a new name for you two guys, and it's going to be losers. I'm coming after you, and when I'm coming after somebody, I usually find somebody. You show up, I'm going to be there.
I'm scared to death.
That guy rented all that video equipment so he could watch himself and see what he's doing wrong. That's what the whole thing
You see that big gut? You see his big gut leaning over the chair?
Beer. He drinks beer and chews tobacco and listens to country music.
Ebony and Ivory, Koko. Oh, what the hell? Well, I don't particularly approve of scrapping in the studio. I appreciate you at least getting rid of those guys.
When they get real hot and heavy, Jimmy Cornette and Jimmy Hart, they can't take it. They got to run. But all I got to say, you can come out here and say whatever you want to say, Jimmy Cornette and Jimmy Hart, because when Dutch and I get through with you, we're going to be the new Southern champion. That's all there is to it, man.
Okay, good luck to you out there, Koko. We'll be looking forward to it. I still say it could have gone either way. It'll be most interesting to see how that one comes out. Okay, we're going to take time out. We'll be back. We've got another six-man action coming up in just a moment.
We're going to be talking with him. If you guys will do this, please, let me run a videotape of a match that Bill and Big Red were involved with the Assassins, and let's just take a look at it. Well, Bill Dundee comes roaring in without benefit of announcements or anything else, and it's his mystery partner is Big Red. dropped that big leg on one of the assassins, and Billy, who felt like he was abused by Hart, which he was, had to ask Lawler to come and be his partner. Big Red splashes down. 1, 2, but that won't get it. In the previous bout, now Big Red's coming in. Assassin, but I can assure you that Big Red does. I don't remember exactly what he weighs, but he'll go right at 400 pounds, something like that. He again splashes down on the assassin. Billy Dundee has got a shoe off. He bangs the other assassin. Big Red down. Dundee comes in to try to help out. Billy has a hold of Jimmy Hart. Hart gets away. Big Red slams the assassin. Billy slipped as he came around the corner. Big Red has a cover on one of the assassins. The other one jumps on him while the referee's attention is on Dundee and Hart. Count of 1, 2, and that's it. Count of 3. That was the assassins at work in there, and they ended up getting the decision.
Well, Lancer, I'd just like to thank Big Red. I'd like to thank Bobby Eaton and Terry Taylor. I didn't know, I went a little goofy for a little while, and I'm not making no bones about it. I thought I was king of the hill, and I wasn't. So it takes a big man, they say, to admit he was wrong, and I was wrong. But there's a guy out there, I think I insulted him more, and I said more bad things about him, and I really turned my back on him the most, and that was Jerry Lawler. Now, like I said, Bobby's a great wrestler, Big Red is, Terry Taylor is. But the team that was king of the hill around here for a long time was Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee. All the giants came through here, and they left, and we stayed. We was the best there was, brother. So, Jerry, I'm asking you one more time. If you just think about it, sign your name on the dotted line, and I'll sign mine, and we'll run that Hart and his whole stinking family out of this neighborhood, brother. I promise you I won't let you down.
Right, well, coming up, the action is going to be, Bobby, you're going to be with Billy.
Well, first of all, I don't think Jimmy Hart realized when he lost Bill and myself, out of the first family, he lost two of the toughest, meanest, and baddest guys he's ever had in that first family. So let me tell you something, Jimmy Hart. We don't care what we're going to do to win. We don't care if we have to take a chair, a chain, or anything. All we want to do is win. That's our main concern, Hart. If we get our hand on you, that's what we're going to do to you. Put a chair beside your face, Jack.
Okay. I just got to say this, Jimmy Hart, and I want you to think, Jack. Now, I never knew before, but I know now, and I'm going to tell you, Hart, if it's the last thing that I do, I'm going to get to you, and you made the mistake of letting me know where you live, Jack, and if I go to come around to your backyard and beat your brains out, I'm going to do it, Hart, and I'm going to take care of you, brother, me and Bobby Eaton. Thank you.
Okay, Bill Dundee, Bobby Eaton. Rugged pair, to say the very least.
Yes, sir.
We got more than a pair coming out now, like about 6 of them, David.
You are right. We do have another 6-man tag team match. It's going to go to the expiration of time. Introducing at a total weight 679 pounds over on the left. From the Twilight Zone, the Galaxian. From Memphis, Tennessee, Big Lou Winson, and from parts unknown, the Destroyer. Total weight of 642 pounds. From Columbus, Ohio, Bobby Fulton. From Union City, Tennessee, Koko. And from Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor. Expiration of time, match referee Jerry Calhoun.
Should be a doggone good match. We got coming up there, bell time. The referee says, let's do it, and here we go.
It is Bobby Fulton starting against the Galaxian. Backed into the corner by Bobby Fulton. Referee Jerry Calhoun's there. He wants to break, get him off the rope. Bobby Fulton breaks, grabs the arm of the Galaxian. Out of the turnbuckles, he backdrops him. Galaxian backs to the corner. Galaxian with a headlock, but Bobby Fulton puts him into the rope. Off the ropes, the shoulder by the Galaxian. This time Bobby Fulton sets off the shoulder and rolled him down. Tag made. Here comes Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor, the face, the Galaxian. Terry wrapping up that left arm, putting a twist on it. Off the rope. Koko Ware, Terry Taylor put the Galaxian down to the mat. A backdrop by Koko Ware. Galaxian rolls to the corner and makes the tag. The tag on Big Lou Winson. So it's going to be Winson against Koko Ware. Minute 15 seconds gone. Minute 20 seconds, I beg your pardon, gone. Big Lou hammers Koko with the upper arm. Koko out of the corner. Here's Big Lou off the ring. Boy, did he nail him with a drop kick. He smacked him right in the side of the neck. Cover one. Only a count of one before Winston's able to break out of it. Winson, big, tall, strong wrestler. Bobby Fulton back in now after the tag. Well, it's a 2-minute mark. Bobby Fulton gets Lou Winston's feet out from under him. Winston back up on his knees, one foot, both feet. Terry Taylor in after the tag. Terry off the middle rope, drops down on the arm. Taylor over to the corner, tags Koko Ware. He's got Big Lou lying on the mat. Koko drops down on the upper arm and goes to work on that left arm, puts a bar on it. He makes the tag. Bobby Fulton coming back in. The Fulton Ware Taylor team making good use of the tag out. Big Lou able to force Bobby Fulton over to their corner. The Destroyer holding him up from outside. It's the Galaxian in there after the tag made. Galaxian, upper arm. Puts Fulton on the mat, drops down with the arm and a cover. 1, 2. Fulton breaks out at the 2 count. Ooh, mean backdrop by the Galaxian. He makes the tag on the Destroyer. The Destroyer goes after Bobby Fulton. 3 minutes gone. Fulton fired into the turnbuckles. Destroyer went in there after him, but Fulton had already left to the corner of the tag on Koko Ware. Koko against the Destroyer. Destroyer with a size advantage on him. Koko catches himself on the rope. Drop kicks him, coming off and covers. 1, 2, 3. He got it. What a move from Koko Ware. Coming out of the corner. It looked like he was going to turn and press him with a flying press, but instead he hit him with a flying drop kick. The Destroyer hit the mat. Koko covered the count of 3. And in 3 minutes, 31 seconds, the first fall victory goes to Terry Taylor, Bobby Fulton, and Koko Ware.
A lot of speed on the far side of the ring over there with Taylor and Ware and Fulton. By golly, I'll tell you, we'll see some more of it. We're going to take time out right now. Be back for another fall in just a moment. Boy, I'll tell you, you're going to win one. That first one's a good one to win, an expiration of time, because the time may be gone, as it is, and you can come out with a victory that way.
That's right. Opening match today, Rock and Roll Express defeated the Bruise brothers, Austin Idol over the masked Maurader. Bill Dundee and Bobby Eaton defeated the team of Pat Hutchinson and the Pink Panther. Then it was Dennis Condrey, the Prince of Darkness, and Lucifer, winning our first 6-man tag match today over Robert Reed and Ken Raper and Jim Jameison. Then, in the expiration of time match, Terry Taylor, Bobby Fulton, and Koko Ware putting it together to defeat the team of the Galaxian, Big Lou Winston, and the Destroyers. Koko Ware really put him away there to wrap up the fall.
Yeah, boy. We had a good combination of live and some interesting action on tape today, David. As a matter of fact, why don't we do it again next week? Same time, same station. We'll look for you. For Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.